We dwell in a political world of multiple realities, and in one version of reality, what happened a few months ago when Amazon was considering expanding into New York with a new headquarters was that Alexandria Ocasio-cortez, a new representative at that time, led a group in opposing Amazon there, drove them out of the city and cost something like 25,000 jobs. That was just accepted as true, that it happened, that it had that effect, and that she was in charge of it. And that led to things like in the New York Times, headline that says Alexandria Ocasio-cortez is top villain in Amazon pullout poll finds. That's from a bit ago. Another headline from the New York Daily News editorial board, AOC's Amazon ignorance. Ocasio-cortez proves she doesn't get how the deal worked or is willfully misrepresenting its terms. So either stupid or duplicitous. You had the Washington Examiner saying AOC blew Amazon out of New York in 2019 over tax breaks, but demanded one for herself. If you actually read further into it, which I doubt many people at the Washington Examiner page do, it said that in 2012 she was a businesswoman seeking tax benefits for her startup, Brook Avenue Press, which publishes books and curricula for children in the Bronx. It was a prospective bill that would have expanded a tax credit for small businesses from $5,000 to $10,000, so $5,000. Amazon was gonna get more than $5,000, it turns out. They were gonna get $3 billion to come in tax incentives. And it didn't happen. And she was a big dummy, right?
I'm with you, John. I don't know how to support you right now, but it sounds like they're making she's a dummy, you're right.
You've been doing some research into how that whole battle was presented on Fox News.
Yeah, good. I did do some production.
Big dumb dummy.
Big dumb dummy
ruined everything.
Yes, Dana Loesch went on Fox and Friends and was super mad about it. Take a look.
She has an egregious financial illiteracy problem, and I think maybe she needs to get a refund on her degree.
Well, can you believe she was celebrating? I mean, this is a major company. It could bring billions of dollars. It could bring lots of jobs, and she was celebrating that we lost the deal.
When you have 200 cities competing for the same company, you have to sweeten the deal. Some people weren't happy with the type of deal that Amazon got, but that's what happens when you're a corporation that's the fastest growing maybe in the world, and they promise to come, you got to swap to do this.
Okay, so they sort of acknowledge there that she does have a degree in economics, and I'm assuming there are some degrees around that desk, but you can judge for yourself based on watching the show what they're worth.
Degrees of stupidity, varying from sort of to extreme.
Okay, so there was that.
It was not just that, John.
Stupid.
She's so stupid. Stuart Varney,
he's the business guy.
Businessman Stuart Varney had this to say about how dumb AOC is. Idiot.
I'm Stuart Varney, and this is My Take, coming to you today from the People's Republic of New York. We are no longer the Big Apple. We are a big socialist mess. Amazon will not build a campus in the city. It will not bring in 25,000 very high-paying jobs. They're not coming. The socialists killed the deal.
Okay, so because we did not shower Amazon, an incredibly wealthy company with $3 billion, we're a socialist mess. Was there more to that?
There's more. Are you kidding?
More?
This is actually the best. This is when it really gets rolling. Take a look.
Here's something incredible. Alexandria Ocasio-cortez actually accused Amazon of exploiting workers. Tell me, please, how do you exploit 25,000 people at an average income of $150,000 a year? Please, exploit me, why don't you? The Democrats are now learning the downside of AOC. She and her socialist colleagues hate business, they hate wealth, they hate capitalism. After this debacle, will any business move to New York or any city dominated by leftist politicians?
No, they won't.
They couldn't.
They won't.
How could they?
You saw the proof of it, that B-roll over the shoulder of the Capitol building and money flying all over, like one of those fairground activities where you have to grab the dollars and put them in your pocket.
I think it's politicians and it's lobbyist money, and they're just grabbing it. Okay, so business analyst Stuart Varney presenting his own take, which is a novel take on news, providing commentary that's from your own point of view. So he's there to evaluate the intersection of politics and the economy, and he just said it there. This is a socialist hellhole that they've created there. So why would any business go there? Well, I assume at this point you probably know where this is going, but fast forward a little bit. In the Wall Street Journal, this from yesterday, who needs Amazon HQ 2? Not New York, real estate's tech boom. And so we're not gonna go through all of the article, but it talks about things like this. Alphabet Inc.'s Google last week closed a deal to lease 1.3 million square feet in Lower Manhattan, part of Google's plans to add 7,000 staff to the city over 10 years. Facebook is in talks to lease 1 million square feet of office space at 50 Hudson Yards, a skyscraper under construction on Manhattan's far west side. Uber Technologies and Amazon have been looking for large office space at the Farley building. And some of this should be fairly obvious. I mean, at the time we had discussions about why it was so pointless to shower a company in money to come to a place that they desperately want to come to. But some of the reasons include this from Kevin Egan, executive at Oxford Properties Group, saying, New York has lured the talent and now the employers need to set up shop to lure that talent. These tenants want to be here and need to be here. Economist James Parrott also said social media companies have to sell ads to have revenue streams, and New York City is the advertising capital. If you want smart people in advertising, you have to come to New York City for that. And so despite all of the doom and gloom predictions that she had doomed New York, these companies are still expanding, including Amazon, which is massively buying up real estate. Now, it might not be the exact same plan for HQ2, but they are opening up new offices, they are hiring new people, and they're competing in that process with literally every other big tech company in the country.
Yes. This is one of those things where essentially what she did was save taxpayers money.
$3 billion.
$3 billion. And there's a bunch of different things. Like when Trump said, listen, Boeing, we don't want you to bilk us out of millions of dollars for that fighter jet. Republicans were like, well, that's amazing. But in this situation, when AOC says, listen, Amazon, we don't want you to bilk New York City and Queens out of billions of dollars in tax revenue, then she is vilified for it. And another little aspect of it is they also are trying to vilify these cities. So the right tries to vilify New York City and California. Not a day goes by when there isn't a story about homelessness in Los Angeles, and that is a major problem. But in this situation, the talent, the industries are in New York and Los Angeles, and that's where people are moving, abandoning these like rural areas to have to go to the big cities in order to do that. So in a way, we just prove that your capitalist system works without socialism. Without the socialist propping up of giant corporations and giving them money and paying them off, giving them millions of dollars in handouts to do what they should, what the market in this situation determined it had to do anyway.
Exactly.
So not only are they wrong in ways that are pretty obvious, but even on their own logic, it doesn't hold up.
Yeah, look, if there was any justice, there would be the New York Daily News. Their editorial board should be meeting right now to apologize to AOC with a big headline like, hey, thank you for saving our city billions of dollars. That's not gonna happen. Lawrence O'Donnell tweeted something really nice about AOC saying that she had been proven right, but I have not seen a lot of, and that's the issue. Everybody's always right. Everybody's always right. So if I predict that she is a fool and then it turns out that I was wrong, there's no incentive for me to admit it in political commentary, analysis, and all of that. Stuart Varney is not going to be doing, a mea culpa or whatever on.
Well, I would just say so the places that are mentioned in this article are all in Manhattan and not Queens. So essentially what you're doing is bringing in these high-paying tech jobs that were supposed to go to Queens. They're going to Manhattan, which does have like issues with affordable housing, but they're not going to be affecting Queens in the way that AOC was pointing out they would be affecting Queens.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I wonder. I mean, some of the concerns were over, it artificially driving up housing prices. I imagine that, look, the job might be in Manhattan. Some of the people might still have to live in Queens. So some of those concerns might be the same. I guess we'll have to see.
There will still be fallout from this in Queens, but it won't be that megalopolis that they were trying to build on the bank of the river.
Now, I just want to read one more tweet. This is from AOC from yesterday. Well, just as we said, Amazon quietly came to New York City without needing a dime of public money or special tax treatment. The jobs came without the cost. New York City is an attractive place to locate on its own, including public infrastructure, without billions of dollars in corporate giveaway incentives. And the thing is, just to put a bow on this, it might be that Stuart Varney and Kilmeade or whoever, that was Kilmeade, right, in that video?
Kill me now.
They might all really wrongly believe that you have to give these corporations billions of dollars. But the thing is, this is a time when, from their ideological standpoint, it doesn't matter if they're right or not. It might not be that you have to give the corporations billions of dollars, but they don't mind giving the corporations billions of dollars. The government is supposed to be in service to these CEOs, to these massive corporations. And so it's just sort of convenient that they are willing to to lie down, to surrender. As Stuart Varney said, exploit me, please. That's the Republican Party's mantra to these capitalist overlords.
Thanks for watching this free clip of the Young Turks. Don't forget to become a TYT member today. For more exclusive content, join now at tyt.com/join.